Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Yummy brand of Yommycrochetlogy and today's tutorial is this cute puff sleeve Bustier bow top, and it is very comfortable, and the puff sleeve is designed not to fall off your shoulder, so stay tuned how to do that. So if you like my content that talks about crochet and styling our crochet pieces, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So let's get started. So these are the things that we will be needing for this tutorial. So I already finished one of my cup, and then this is what it looks like. I just pinned them, and we will do that the same in the other side. So I end up using this kind of bra cup since this is more comfortable and it is a little bit push-up. And I have here my crochet garments that is pinned to the cup itself, and it has 2 stitch markers. That means that's where we will increase later. And the side panel is composed of single crochet back and forth. Start with a slip knot and use a 3mm hook. Chain of 4. Then slip stitch to the first chain. Change your hook to 2.75mm hook. Chain of 2 and then 4 double crochet into the circle. Chain 2 is considered as your stitch. So there you go, your 5 double crochet or 5 stitches including the chain 2. Now chain 2, turn your work. In the next stitch make a double crochet. Two double crochet in the next stitch. Three double crochet in the next stitch. And then on the last 2 stitches, 2 double crochet each. So our next row will be chain of 2, turn your work. The next stitch you have to make 2 double crochet. Chain 1 and another 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now, the post just below the next stitch, you have to use that as your front post double crochet. So insert your hook there and make a double crochet. So there you go, we have our first post. So repeat the pattern of 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and the front post double crochet until you have 5 fans. So I have here the last fan, so I'll just double crochet the last 2 double crochets in the same stitch to end our row. Okay, so we have 5 fans now, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So next row is chain of 2, turn your work, and this time we're facing the wrong side. Again, now we will be working into the chain 2 space, so 2 double crochet. chain 1, 2 double crochet again in the same chain space. So this time we will be using back post double crochet since we're facing the wrong side. So back post is you will insert your hook into that post from the previous round. Okay, this one here. And you will make a double crochet. So insert your hook there and make a double crochet. So that's why it's back post, because we cannot see the post from this side. And again, continue the pattern into the next chain space until you have 5 fins. So you have to repeat the row 3 and the row 4 of your pattern. The only difference between the 2 rows is use a front post double crochet if it's facing the right side, and it's using a back post double crochet if it's facing the wrong side. So repeat the pattern of 5 fins with front post or back post double crochet until you have 11 rows. Okay, so the 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and your back post or front post, you have to repeat that pattern until you have 11 rows. Okay, and after that we will increase, and I'll meet you at the end of your 11 rows. So I already have the 9th row of 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and front post or back post double crochet, so a total of 9 rows. Quick note, always end your rows with double crochet on top of chain 2 from the previous round. Okay, and then through this we will add more double crochet into our fin, okay, to increase the cup. So the next row should look like this, chain 2, and again we are still working into the chain 1 space from the previous round and make 3 double crochet in that chain space. So this time it's already 3 double crochet, then chain 1, and again 3 double crochet in the same chain space. And then front post double crochet into the post below. So continue the pattern, this time 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, and front post or back post double crochet until you have a total of 9 rows. Okay, so this time 9 rows, and always end your work with a double crochet on top of the chain 2, and I'll meet you then. So I'm here at the end of my rows, the 9th rows of the 3 double crochet, chain 1, and 3 double crochet pattern. Endless roads to the horizon, past the oasis, it's all behind you. Mirage of agua, the stars. So there you go, we're done with the last fin for the 9th row. And then again, always end your row with a double crochet on top of the chain 2 from the previous round. We started the 3 double crochet here. Okay, as you can see that there's 3 double crochets in chain 1, and we have 9 rows all in all. So if you are in bigger cup size, just add more rows to have a bigger size of a crochet garments or cup. So next step, so we will make the side panel. The side panel is just single crochet across, back and forth. So chain of 4, turn your work, we will be working into the chain 1 space and make a single crochet and another chain of 3, and then since we're facing the wrong side, we have to do a back post double crochet into the post from the previous round. And again, chain 3 and single crochet on top of the chain space from the previous round. So I am here at the end of my row, and this is what it looks like right now. So turn your work, and now we're facing the right side. This time we will single crochet 3 times in each 3 chain space from the previous round, okay? Into the next 3 chain space, you have to make 3 single crochet. So repeat the pattern until you reach at the end of your row. So I'm here at the end of my row of single crochet across, and this is the last chain space, so we will just single crochet 3 times in this area, and this is what it looks like, your first row of single crochet. Now chain 1 and turn your work, and this time we will single crochet in every stitches from the previous round, okay? So single crochet across. So we're here at the end of our single crochet rows, and we will finish this row with a single crochet and then chain 1 and turn your work, and again repeat the pattern of single crochet in every stitches. We're starting to make the side panel, so I have 25 rows, and that is for small size. And if you are in bigger size, I suggest you fit your panel and stretch them at the same time so you see the full capacity of the stretchiness of your panel. So you just have to repeat the chain 1 and single crochet across, back and forth until you have your desired length for your panel. Okay, this is what it looks like, and you just have to keep repeating the single crochet rows. So I'm here at the end of our 25 rows, and this time we have to single crochet around the cup until we reach here. So chain 1 and then single crochet at the top of your cup around. So once you reach in this part, you will only single crochet 2 times into the chain 2 or the double crochet. Okay, so this is the double crochet in the side and the chain 2. Just put 2 single crochets in each of those chain space. And then once you are in this part, continue your single crochet pattern until you reach in this edge. Okay, so we stopped at this edge, and this time we will connect the 2 crochet garments using a chain of 5 here in the middle. Attach your yarn and secure it with a knot. Insert your hook and make a chain of 5. Then aligned it with the second cup, and then insert your hook into the second crochet cup and make a slip stitch. And then we will slip stitch again into the side of the cup. Okay, so insert your hook and then make another slip stitch. So this second slip stitch is considered as your turning chain. And again, single crochet across or into your chain. So we're here in this row again, and we will slip stitch to connect this row. And then again, another slip stitch as your turning chain. So you have to repeat the single crochet and slip stitch rows until you have enough to fully cover the center. So I'm here and I'm done covering the center of the bra cup, and it is 4 rows all in all. So if you have thicker center in the bra cup, just add more rows. And now we will stretch our crochet garments to match up with our bra cup, and we will just use a pin to secure them in place. So this time we will make the strips for the center of your crop top. So make a slip knot and then chain 1 and 2. And in the next stitch, you have to make an increase. Increase means 2 single crochet in the same stitch. Chain 1 and turn your work. And in every stitches, you have to increase. So 2 single crochet in every stitch. Alright, so there's another one and another one here. And then chain 1 and turn your work. So in the first stitch you have to make an increase. Increase means 2 single crochet together. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then increase into the last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. Again, increase in the beginning of your row. Single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then increase into the last stitch. So our triangle looks like this. It's pointy. So once you already have 8 stitches all in all, you don't need to increase anymore. Instead, you will just single crochet across. And you have to continue that until you have 50 rows. So I have here my last rows of single crochet, no increase. This time we will start to decrease. So in the next 2 stitches, you have to single crochet together. So you single crochet 2 stitches together. And then in the next few stitches, you have to make a single crochet until you have 2 stitches left. So I have here my last 2 stitches and I will single crochet them together. Okay, so every time you start a row and end a row, you have to decrease, and then continue that until you have a pointy end. So this time we will make a back stitchings to our bra cup so we can crochet into it. First is you mark your thumb. This is to determine how far our stitches from each other. And then we will stitch into this part of the cup. Insert your needle here. We're using the same yarn that we use with our crop top. And then make the back stitch, okay? The basic sewing stitches, back stitch. And we will use that mark in our thumb to determine how far our stitches from each other. So from the last stitch, and then this one is supposedly the beginning of the new stitch, okay? Or the start of the new stitch. So that's where we will insert our needle, okay? So we will have a clean, even back stitches. Keep your work as tidy as possible and even. So again, you have to continue your back stitch around the edges of your cup until you reach in this side. So now I am here at the end of my back stitch steps. So this is what it looks like right now, your stitches, and we will crochet into that. So grab your hook and your yarn and attach your yarn to your first back stitch. And then insert your hook into the first back stitch. Just get a tiny bit of crochet garments and make a single crochet. Okay, so insert your hook again into the same back stitch and make a single crochet together with your crochet garments. So each back stitch you have to have 3 single crochet. Okay, so 3 single crochet, 3 single crochets. Okay, and that goes around the bra cup. So just hook a tiny piece of your crochet garment into your back stitch using a single crochet. Again, I will single crochet in this next back stitch, insert your hook in there, and just hook a tiny bit of your crochet pieces, make a single crochet. So continue your 3 single crochet in every back stitch around the bra cup. So I'm here at the end of our single crochet around the cup, and this is what it looks like right now. As much as possible, make your stitches clean, and then you can snip it off and attach the strip that we make in the previous. Just make a small knot to form a nice ribbon. This time we will start the panel for the waist. We will single crochet from here all the way into the middle and until into your other side of the panel or crop top. So attach your yarn into the first corner of your panel and make a single crochet in every stitches until you reach in the middle. So we reach here in the middle of our crop top. So you single crochet and then chain 18 once you reach into this center. So I have here my 18 chain, and we have to slip stitch into the other side or into the second cup. So there you go, that's what it looks like. And then continue your single crochet until you reach into the other side of your panel. So I have here the last few stitches of our row, and again we just single crochet our way. Okay, so that's the first row of our waist panel, and this is what it looks like. And this time chain of 1, turn your work, and again single crochet in every stitches, including the 18 chain that we made in the middle of our bralette. Now we're here in the middle, and again we will just single crochet into the chain that we made, the 18 chain. Single crochet into the chain until you reach into the other side. So we're here at the end of our chain of 18. We just single crochet our way across. So again, continue your single crochet in every stitches until you reach into your second panel. And this time you will repeat the row of single crochet back and forth until you have 15 rows in total. So 15 rows is for small size. If you are in bigger size, or if you need more coverage because it's either you're taller, then just add more rows. So I'm here at the end of our last stitch for the last row of the waist panel, and we'll finish it off with a single crochet. So this is what it looks like right now, our waist panel, and it is 15 rows for small size. Again, if you are in bigger size, just add more rows. And now we will make these holes in the other side of your panel. So chain 1 and turn your work. So we will single crochet in each stitches across.
Of steamed asphalt, scented novocaine, nature's brew of all kinds of things, the mountain sunk hills, sky color schemes makes you.
So we're here at the end of our single crochet row, and again just finish it off with a single crochet until the last stitch. So that's the first row of single crochet, and you have to have 2 rows. Okay, so again chain 1 and turn your work and single crochet your way across.
The Arizona thunder tonight. Endless road
the second row of our single crochet row.
It's all behind you. Mirage of agua, the stars.
Chain of one, and this time we will make the holes. So in the next 3 stitches, make 3 half double crochet.
Types of things. You remind me of the Arizona thunder. Satisfy the times and make you wonder about the bigger picture in your life. The simple times in the
And then chain 3,
Arizona thunder tonight.
skip 3 stitches. And on the stitch after your skip, make another 3 half double crochet in the next stitches. So you have to repeat the pattern until you reach at the end. So I have here 3 stitches left, so we'll just basically half double crochet. So there's our holes for the lace at the back. And again, chain 1 and turn your work, and we are going to single crochet in every stitches. So single crochet into the next 3 stitches or on the top of your half double crochet. And then in every 3 chain space from the previous round, you have to make 3 single crochets on top of that. You have to repeat the pattern until you reach at the end. And you have to make 2 rows of single crochet. So I have here my second row of single crochet, and I'll finish it off with the last stitch. Then chain 1 and turn your work. This time we will make a scallop. Single crochet into the next stitch. Skip 2. And then make a double crochet 5 times into the 3rd stitch. So 5 double crochet in the same stitch. And then again skip 2 and single crochet in the stitch next to it. So you have to repeat the pattern until you reach at the end of this row. So I'm here at the end of my scallop design row, and I'll just single crochet at the end of the last stitch. So this is what our top looks like right now. It has a nice beautiful scallop design, holes for the lace at the back, and I think it is very cute top. So our next step is we will make a nice fan at the edge of our crop top. So first is skip the rows of the scallop at the side. So go straight to the first rows of single crochets and make 3 treble crochet in the same stitch. So that row there, you skip this part here and make a 3 treble crochet. And then a chain of 2 and another 3 treble crochet into the same stitch. So that's 3 treble crochet, 2 chain, and another 3 treble crochet all in the same stitch. And then skip 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then double crochet on the 5th stitch. There you go, that's how our pattern goes. Again, skip 4 stitches and make 3 treble crochet on the stitch after your skips. and then a chain of 2, and another 3 triple crochet in the same stitch. That's how it looks like right now. And skip 4 stitches and double crochet on the 5th. So you have to repeat the pattern until you reach the end. So I am here at the end and I have my fan here, and I only have 3 stitches left, so we will double crochet into this stitch here. And you can snip off and secure the yarn. And then this time we will attach the lace. So the lace is the same pattern as the ones we did for the strips in the middle. It's the same pattern, but with the lace at the back, you have to make 180 rows. And that is the standard small. So if you're not in size small, please add more rows for your straps at the back. So this time we will attach the straps. So I decided to count 10 fan from the bra cup, and that's where I put my straps for the front. And at the back I counted 7 rows from the side, or the holes going to the side. Take note this, that the further you go to the side of your top, the more likely your straps will fall off your shoulder. Okay, so you want to stay as close to the center of your crop top. Not too close, not too far. And then we started with rows of single crochet and then the double crochet rows and the increase before we will proceed to textured pattern, and then every stitch markers indicates a different rows of increase. So let's start with 3mm hook and attach your yarn. Make a chain of 60. So I already have here my 60 chain, and then slip stitch to your second stitch marker at the back. And this time we will slip stitch again in this direction, going to your armpit. So your second slip stitch is always considered as a turning chain. And then again, single crochet into your chain foundation. So repeat the pattern of single crochet across until you reach at the end of your row. So I'm already here, and we will single crochet the last stitches. Before you will slip stitch into the crop top, make sure your straps is not twisted. So once you're happy, you can slip stitch into this side, again going to your armpit side. So this stitch here, that's where we will slip stitch for the second row. And then we have to slip stitch into this stitch here. And then turn your work and Single crochet in every stitches. And you need 3 rows, okay? You have to repeat it 3 rows. So we have here our last row for the single crochet rows, a total of 3 rows. And then we will slip stitch to the stitch after that. Then we have to slip stitch into this stitch here. Before we will proceed to our next steps, I'll show you guys the stitch markers I have here for the other sleeve. So these 3 stitches at the top most, these ones here, are the area where you will increase. So within the stitch markers is the increase, outside the stitch markers is just the normal stitches. And these 2 rows here is your double crochet rows of increase. Okay, so this is the row where we will increase, and after that we will start Lacey-scallop with front post double crochet pattern. And then this part here is 15 rows of double crochets without a decrease. Okay, just the normal stitches, and from here all the way down is where we will start the decrease row. Okay, so let's go back to our unfinished straps and chain 2, and then double crochet around, including the sleeves and the armpit area. Okay, so this time we will be working in rounds, just double crochet. So we're here at the end of our double crochet row without an increase, and we will slip stitch into the chain 2 that we made. Okay, so this is what it looks like, this row. We already start working in the armhole. So flatten your straps like this, and then find the center and put a stitch marker in that center stitch. In each side of your stitch marker, you have to count 15 stitches and put another stitch marker in there. So there you go, we have 2 stitch markers each side of the center stitch marker. These are the increase zone. Outside the stitch markers, you have to do the normal stitches. So let's start. Chain of 2 and double crochet in the next double crochets until you reach into your first stitch marker. So that's basically, in my case, 8 double crochets. So I have here the double crochet normal stitches, and then I arrived in my stitch marker. So within your stitch markers we have to increase. Okay, how to increase? So in the next stitch you have to make a 2 double crochet in the same stitch, or increase. Increase means 2 double crochet in the same stitch. And then on the next stitch you have to make a double crochet, just 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochet. Okay, as you can see, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. So 2 double crochet is the increase, and you have to repeat that within your stitch marker zones. So I already have all the increase in this area, so now that I'm going outside of the stitch marker, I have to do a double crochet normal stitches. And then repeat the pattern around your sleeves, and you have to make 2 rows. Okay, so we have 2 rows of increase. So this is the first row, and we need another one of this, the same pattern around your sleeves. So I already have here my second row of increase row, so obviously I'll just have to double crochet normal stitches and then slip stitch into the chain 2. Okay, so there you go, we already have our increase that is within the stitch markers. Chain of 2 and double crochet all the way to the center stitch. Okay, so you'll just have to do double crochet, no need to increase until you reach into the middle stitch marker. I already arrived here in the center, and then make a front post double crochet into the post just below you. And then in the next stitch you have to make 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet again in the same stitch. So this is your first fan or Lacey-scallop. And then on the next post just below you, again another front post double crochet. And then on the stitch after that, continue your 2 double crochet and chain 1 and 2 double crochet again in the same stitch. So that's your second fan or second scallop. Then the last post here, just 1 row below you, you have to make a front post double crochet. So every time you reach in the middle, you have to do this pattern. And then after that, continue double crochet stitches around the sleeve. So I already have here the first row of our textured pattern or the Lacey-scallop pattern, and then we will double crochet and slip stitch at the end. And then chain of 2 and again double crochet all the way to the center until you reach into your pattern in the middle. So I'm here in the middle, and again we will just copy the same pattern. So this is a front post double crochet, so you have to make a front post double crochet using that post below you, and then we will be working into the chain space from the previous round.
I hate you so much. I think I'm going to die from it.
And then just below you again there's another post, so you will make another front post double crochet using the post below you. And then another fan, you have to make 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet into the chain space of the fan from the previous round. And then as you can see here, we have another post from the previous round, so you will use that for your front post double crochet. So every time you reach in the middle, you just have to copy the same pattern, and outside that pattern you have to make a double crochet, the normal double crochet stitches around until you reach into your chain 2 in the beginning of this row. So you keep repeating the same pattern of double crochet around, and you have to repeat the same pattern until you have 15 rows. Okay, 15 rows, and then from there we will decrease. So I'm here at the end of my 15 rows of double crochet and the Lacey-scallop in the middle.
Nature's brew of all kinds of things.
So that's what it looks like right now. It's very pretty and I like the texture it yields in the middle. Again, if you have longer arms or you're taller, just add more rows before you will proceed to the decrease. So now we will proceed to our decrease row. So decrease row is chain of 2. And then in the next 5 stitches, you have to make a double crochet, okay, in each stitches.
The Arizona thunder tonight. Endless roads to the horizon.
Okay, so we have here our 5 double crochet, and then on the next 2 stitches you have to decrease in there. Decrease means you double crochet the 2 stitches together. Okay, so 2 double crochet together. So that's 1 double crochet, stop midway and insert your hook again into the next stitch and yarn over and pull it through into the first 2 yarns. So you should have 3 yarns in your hook right now, and then you have to yarn over and pull it through till the end. So there you go, that's your decrease. And again, you have to repeat that until you reach in the middle. So 5 double crochet and then decrease. So I'm here in the middle, and again we will just copy the same pattern as the previous round.
We're almost there, guys. My favorite type of NC is latency. You remind me of the Arizona thunder. Satisfy the times and make you wonder.
So I'm here at the end of our decrease, first row of our decrease, and I'll slip stitch at the end.
Arizona thunder tonight.
And then again, chain of 2 and double crochet in the next 5 stitches. And then decrease. So again, continue your decrease row of 5 double crochet and then decrease, and then the same pattern in the middle. Nothing changed in the middle, it's the same pattern. So repeat that until you have 7 rows all in all. So this is what my sleeves armholes look like, and it's very comfortable with 7 rows. So I'm here now at the end of my 7 rows of decrease row, and again I'll just slip stitch to the chain 2 at the beginning of our row. So now we will start our scallop design. So single crochet into the next stitch and skip 1, and then on the stitch after that you have to make 5 double crochet in the same stitch. And then skip 1 again and single crochet and then the next. So continue that pattern around your sleeve. So I'm here in the center of my sleeves. I'll just continue the scallop design instead, so I will not follow this lacy pattern anymore. So I'm here at the end and I'll just finish my last scallop. And then slip stitch into the chain 1 that you made at the beginning of the row. And then we're done. That's it. We can snip off our yarn, hide all this unnecessary yarn. So this is what our top looks like. It's pretty cute now and it's very comfortable actually. I really love it. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and tag me if you made one for yourself. And I hope to see you again sometime next week. Goodbye.